Guys, we had a little guest cancellation here on Private Club Radio, so we're going to do something a little bit different, something out of the ordinary. I'm just going to ask you one quick question today, and feel free to hit me up in the chat if you want to chime in. I'll actually put it out on screen, your answer. But here's the question that I want to ask everyone today, and I want you to really think about, really truly think about, because for me, in this environment where golf courses are thriving, private clubs are absolutely thriving, there's actually a lot more competition because they can go to the club next door or the club down the road many, many times. So my question for you is, what makes you and your club experience truly 100% unique? And I don't mean, again, the fact that you've got a particular golf course architect or you've got a particular type of clubhouse. My favorite story in the club industry is when I came across a club that was advertising the architectural type of their clubhouse. It was an Adirondack style clubhouse. And I was just scratching my head like, hey, man, or hey there, late man or woman who created this ad. No one cares about the architectural style of your clubhouse. What really, truly separates your club and makes it unique? Not the fact that you've got 12 tennis courts, not the fact that you've got a championship course. What is it? What is it about the ethos? What is it about the experience? What's that next level? I wrote an article a few years back that people seem to really enjoy, which is why your club needs a bikini car wash. And I titled it to sort of get people's attention. It wasn't really about creating a bikini car wash, obviously, at a club, but it was like what in a club elevates the experience? What has people kind of turn their heads, right? So here's my challenge to you is to think of what's really extraordinary, really unique. And here's how you can do that. I'll give you a couple of tips. And I said, this is how a bikini car wash works so well. It has these common elements, right? It demands your attention, You cannot just drive by and not look over and see what's going on there. It's out of the ordinary routine. Okay, so many times I've gone to a club and it's sort of business as usual. I walk in and, the experience is very vanilla, for lack of a better term, right? What will get people, what will jar people, what will get them out of their normal routine? I'd like you guys to think about that in your own club. What's exciting enough to make a guest that comes to that club want to come back next week, or as quickly as possible, maybe the next day even? What could do that? Not just, again, what's more than golf? What's more than just a good dining experience? What will elevate that experience that much further that they'll be begging to come bring a friend themselves and come back the next day? What is memorable enough that they would want to invite their friends? And I call this sort of like what's Instagram worthy. What would have your members taking a picture of, even though they've walked in that club a dozen times that month? What would get their attention that they would want to take a picture of it, or they would, when they're on the phone call or the Zoom chat with their friends, they would actually want to tell their friends, you wouldn't believe what the club just did this week. I'm floored. I'm going to text you over a picture. What could that be for you? And what's avant-garde enough? What's out of the ordinary enough that you would attract the attention of your local community or maybe even the media to come by? We've talked about many, many examples on this show and throughout the years here on Private Club Radio. We've talked to some of experts that have done incredible things. We had Robert Stretchy on last month who had a chicken coop. That's avant-garde, right? To start a chicken coop at your golf course. Or to have a honeybee farm like we've talked to the folks in Goodwood over in the UK. They're actually harvesting honey, right? What would be avant-garde enough? What would push the limits just enough that would attract media attention? So that's my little challenge to you, is to come up with that, to really put that down on paper, to really think about what makes you and your club unique. And I hope you go through that exercise. I think it'd be a fantastic exercise to go through with your board. Maybe put on the agenda of the next board meeting or membership committee meeting at your club. That's going to be it for Private Club Radio today. I hope you enjoyed just this little intimate chat we had, and I hope we'll catch you back here next week. We do have an exciting guest for you coming on next week. We should be talking to someone over at Oakland Hills. We'll talk about the upcoming tournament and much, much more. Until then, I wish you a very, very good rest of your week, and here's to your membership.